our falls, or our ukimi-wazas, is the back fall. Now, I've looked, there are some other videos I found on the internet for falling techniques, and there's a lot of people who do a much better job of falling than I do. But as this is for supplemental for us, I'm trying to record all of ours just to get another perspective on them. So, for us, we always start our back falls from a seated position. I tend to start with my knees in, and a couple very, very key points. I tuck my chin, and I like to cross my arms. Some people will hold them out straight, some people will have the legs straight. This is just where I tend to find that I feel more comfortable. But tucking the chin is extremely important. I cross the arms. As I start to roll back, I'll slap the ground, palms down, at about a 45-degree angle to stop me from coming up over my neck. So if I turn sideways, my chin is tucked, it's staying nice and tight to my chest. I'm crossing my arms. As I come back, I'm slapping to keep myself from rolling up onto my neck. Now where you slap is where I see differences. Some people will slap early, some people won't slap at all, some people will slap a little bit later. At the end of the day, for me, what I'm looking at is I'm making sure that I'm slapping before my head touches the ground, before I come up onto my neck. So I'm looking to slap to break my fall, to break my backward momentum. The second step of it will come up to a crouch. This is just to give a little bit of a faster fall. I'm going to do the exact same thing though. Chin tucks, cross the arms, and I'm going to sit myself back and slap. Whether I'm facing forward, chin tucks, cross the arms, and roll back. The standing version, chin tucks, cross the arms, and I'm going to start to sit, just like I was doing from the squatted. I'm going to start to sit like someone's taking the chair out, and I'm going to roll back. This one I'll give a little bit more details on. This is the easiest, hardest, depending on how you look at it. Sitting, I have a hard time with squatting. My knees doesn't make my knees happy. From standing, you're going to go the fastest, but we can control that flow based on how much we squat. I do not start my slap until after I reach and start coming back. That's the basics of the break fall, to me. Couple things I want to talk about with them though. The slap is very important as you start doing these. After you get used to them, after you get more proficient at falling, I will not always slap. I will only slap if I feel like my head is going to come up over. There are plenty of times where if I feel that I can stop myself, I may keep my hands in to protect myself, or I may slap with just one side, or I may come over, or I may roll back out of it. So there are other options, and there's definitely other variations, but just from a very, very basic falls perspective, the back fall, the important pieces are chin are tucked, and that we're slapping down here if we're slapping, that we're not way up high. The higher I am here, my shoulder gets to touch the ground nicely, and it'll be pretty even. The higher this comes, the more gap I'm going to have in my shoulder. And for me personally, slapping up high has actually hurt my shoulder in the past, so I try not to do that. The other just general across-the-board falls is whatever direction I'm falling. If I'm falling backwards, I reach forward. If I'm falling forward, I reach into myself. If I'm falling to the side, I reach across. The thing I never ever want to do, I don't ever want to reach back in the direction I'm falling. So if I'm back here, I don't want to catch myself here. That's going to cause some injury to my shoulder. I also don't want to let my head hit the ground, ever, in any direction. What you'll find is when something causes you to fall quickly, your head naturally wants to go back. So to get that muscle memory to tuck the chin is probably one of the most important pieces to the back fall for me.